Augie from Augie's Adventures. Today we're going to do an upside down fire, starting it with nothing but my emergency starter from Zippo and the cedar fire starter from Zippo. Build a little typical teepee fire on top, light that up, and the concept is the fire burns down through the logs. You don't have to play with the fire, you don't have to mess with it. It's an all night fire that you can sleep by, cook by, and something that it's self-controlled where you're not constantly messing with it. So before I get this too much built up, I'm going to take this here. Alright, this is by Zippo. It's a cedar fire starter, and it's a cake of compressed cedar with whatever other stuff they have in it, I don't know. And you just kind of break it up into small pieces, and that's your fire starter. So I'll take that little pie piece here, and I'll set it underneath the teepee. And then here I have the emergency starter, which is kind of in the shape of a Zippo lighter. As you can see, I've got my Zippo here that I carry with me all the time. Even though I don't smoke, you never know when you're going to need it. And with this emergency starter inside, you can see it has some wicks. And you take that wick apart and you set it on the fire, on top of the fire. And then you have your striker here, which puts out your spark. Great little thing to have in your backpack. Zippo lighter, emergency starter. I keep mine in my pack all the time, no matter where I'm at. I can always start a fire on a cold day like today. If I was duck hunting and I got soaking wet, it's been known to happen a few times. I can just come up here and crank up a fire and get toasty warm. Really cool little thing to have. This little cake, these little cedar starters, this little cedar cake, it's another great little thing you put in a Ziploc bag and you keep it in your backpack. Today we've got this little dusting of snow. You put this on top of your wood. The wood's going to be a little bit damp, but this will get enough flame going to help dry it out and get it started. So between the two, that little bit there, and you've got a fire starter no matter where you go. And the object is, once this starts, it burns down through. Now, this is my first time trying one of these. Saw it on YouTube, thought I'd give it a shot, and sure beats having to stroke the fire all night long, just trying to keep warm when you're sleeping outside. What I like to do with this wick is you just kind of open it up a little bit like that, and that helps the inside burn. You don't have to, but it makes it, I like to do that. I think it just burns a little bit better. So you open that up, and then I'll set that in the fire, and then with the striker, I just hit it with the striker. Actually, let's try something here. We're going to do it like this. Do you want it?
I can see it, and you.
Okay, so here we go. There it goes. So that's burning. So before I burn my fingers off, set that in there. So there we go. We've got, I put the cedar fire starter in there, a little piece of the cake, the wick on top of it, and hit it with the emergency starter. Got the wick to light on top of the cedar strip, and a little loosely made teepee. It's not the best teepee I've ever put together, but it looks like it's working. Everything's starting to catch on fire now a little bit. So the object is, with this upside down fire, as this teepee starts cranking up and starts burning, it's going to burn down through the rest of this wood, and we won't have to mess with it. We can sit here and cook by it. We have a steady fire and cook and sleep right with it without having to mess with it. So it's the first time doing it. Let's see what happens here as this thing burns up. Check back in a couple minutes. So it is burning down through the logs, like I said. We're about through the second layer. I'm going to take these little sticks that fell off, put them on top here, just to maximize our fuel we got sitting here and try and keep this fire going. But it's working. The top teepee, it burned down. It started that second layer. That layer is burning through, and it's going to start getting to those logs. Now these logs have been sitting out here in the snow, and they're pretty well frozen. So I don't know how well these frozen logs are going to burn, but we'll give it a shot here and see what happens. But it's pretty cool. It's called an upside down fire.